bird in my dome, and like turbulent air, I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell, as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not. The stereotypes, they do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone jaws. I'm not a guard. Go hard with the squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings of the team, I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to do well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, know I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Club D. Focus, banging on they, though they taking notice. Determination, laser focus, banging on they, though they taking notice.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. With state prop you looking bleak now. I was home to sleep designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Yeah.
One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When up and up is magic, with the gang, we ball out.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Down. 18 Gator.
Watch the screen.
Hey, exit.
Watch the screen.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
That's good for our Falcons. First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Come on, set.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
To number 16. Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Down.
2nd and 5. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
General West.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Sam off.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 6-6. Pull it high.
Here we go.
Hit it.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And a Packer first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Go, go.
Right, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Got you, I got you.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You draw Corker. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. It's a safety cream.
On play action. Now Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
First down, Green Bay.
Green 18.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, 26. 35.
Mike 35. Watch the slam. 35's the mark.
Box it. I smell fear in that offense.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd down and inches. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Get 300. Get 300. We didn't get that.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. This is Harris. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Hey, orbit. Slow. No.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length. because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know. Maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Play to win. Let's go.
18 games. 64.
He's great.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. It's a gain of 16. First down, Falcons. Sure didn't take this offense long to get within striking distance of the end zone. 2 plays.
Feel the energy? You can just feel it, can't you? Because they are creating it on offense, the way they're running the football. Now they've swept into the red zone. Momentum all on their side.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
5.
44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check. I'm going to run you.
X3. 218. Chopper. Now.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
We want it. Come
Topper.
They'll drop the throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Za'Darius Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Watch the eye.
To the 50. Yeah, Lynn. Hey, Alpha.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. Easy. 630. Hatchet. Back to him.
Now Rodgers. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Inside. Hey, Zoo.
On first down, it's Harris, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On the ground, it's Harris. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now back to throw. And that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go on. Check 99. Now. Get it.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You can try and underthrow it and go back shoulder, but your timing has to be impeccable. And here, I think it was much more of a duck than a designed back shoulder throw.
Cut! Greystone, Travis.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He's got a first down past the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards. So all of a sudden with that run, maybe now a chance for points here.
It's a total mind shift, isn't it? Because what you were saying before was, hey, let's just get out of here, get the half over with. Instead, we can get some points now.
This complete to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. From the 27, Rodgers, and that's complete to Adams. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Jim, 30.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
To the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Inside. Watch the shot. Number 50. Hey, Foxtrot.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Jump out.
They run with Harris. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Number 50. Hey, you block over here. 35. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on fourth down leads to 1st and 10. Now Harris. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Harris pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Hey, check 26. Safety's creeping.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
35's the mic.
Cat 300. Cat 300.
Mike 35.
Here's Rodgers to throw on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A give to Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. They run with Harris. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. And it's caught. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Next to score, Falcons 17, Packers 14.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On the set. 44 to Mike. 6-6. Pull it high. Check. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
8 read. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check. I got you.
2nd and 9 now. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Freeman. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Joker. What? Squeeze. Shoot.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Switch. Protein spill. Undercut.
They run again with Harris, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And the Packer first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, exit.
35. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Hey, 88. Hey, seam 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. There's Rodgers to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. Grady Jarrett. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48.
Down.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Check 4.
They're going to look to throw. Looking deep for Julio. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is now 13. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
You ready?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds. And then in the last second, oh, no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe, close after letting it slip away.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were